Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdouts Newsstand, and today we need to talk about something positive, right? We need to get our gears kind of moving in a direction away from all the negative. Okay, no more inspirational speech. I tried. I made it through like 10 seconds, but I do want to talk about something positive, and it's the fact that I feel like this pendulum has slowly shifted. And what I mean by that is we are seeing creators of comics and entertainment. I do have a couple things I want to show you. The industry alike swinging away from giving in to both sides and both types of really terrible, even though they're the minority, the vocal minority of fans, whether they be shippers or people that are in, oh my God, this is woke, anti-LGBTQ folk, anything. And we're seeing that pendulum slowly shift. And we're seeing people get away from it. And we're seeing people go, I'm just not going to give you the time of day. And I think that's actually really important. And I actually seen a comment earlier from Raymond Candela, wonderful person, saying kind of a similar thing. Don't give these trolls, whatever you want to call them, any sort of day, any sort of time of day. Someone, basically threatening to expose something that's not true and wanting me to have an OnlyFans and trying to extort. Yeah, we're not going to go there. Insane, right? So I want to talk about a couple of tweets that were actually, I don't necessarily know that the first or the second one was meant to be positive, because they're not positive in nature, but the takeaway is really good. It's actually like, hey, we're not going to deal with this anymore, right? Because they're saying, right away, most fandoms are actually toxic. It's the people, are not toxic, I'm sorry. It's the very, very small minority. And the normal people, the normal fans, the 90%, the 98% are just really fucking quiet. And it's actually a really good way to look at it. Because when you get comments like I talked about earlier, most people aren't like that. 99% of people that I interact with on this channel, 99.9% of the people I interact with on this channel are wonderful. Even if they disagree with me vehemently on every single issue, they're still pretty great. They're still wonderful. The rest of them are just really fucking quiet. They just don't say anything, and that's okay too. I respect that too. If you don't want to comment and you want to listen, that's wonderful, and I appreciate that. It's the vocal minority, whether it's, in this community or in, more recently with stuff like He-Man. A lot of people were quiet. A lot of people were vocal. Whichever side you fell on doesn't mean that fan base is 100% toxic. It means there's a couple of them that probably are. So she goes on to say, but if you're not an unhinged maniac when speaking with, a creator, so you don't open Twitter and you don't send death threats to people, and it speaks volume, but it's invisible. How do you become more visible in a social media run world, being positive or even neutral? And unfortunately, I don't think there is a good answer for that, because the algorithms are working against you. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, they want interaction. What gets more interaction? People that are mad. People that are angry. They hate watch stuff. Not only do they hate watch stuff, but they absolutely know what to push out there and what you hate. Google knows you probably better than your significant other. I hate to say it, but it's probably true. And the reality is, in any toxic fan base, the common sense fans outnumber the parasocial relationship fans 10 to 1. but the fans are minding their damn business and the ones are threatening suicide. Oh, God. Over a character being depicted in a short instead of in a skirt really happened. Yeah, I got a very similar threat recently. You don't do that. You just don't. It's not normal behavior. So, in that type of situation, you have to make sure someone's okay. But, do you? At what point, depending on how close you are to that person, don't blame your insecurities and your inability to function in society on someone else. Can you get help with that? Absolutely, and I encourage it. But it's not your fault. It's not my fault. It is that single person's fault, right? So I feel like there is no detoxing fandoms. I unfortunately agree. The only way is through and fans who are capable of regulating their emotion on a healthy level just have to make themselves visible, make the behavior the norm. That is the problem. Those people that are normal, those normal fans, go and enjoy their fandom, talk about stuff online, talk about stuff on, on Twitter, or make a video on YouTube. Most of that time it goes ignored because just like Twitter, YouTube wants longevity in videos and listening. So if you're going to click a video, they tell you with stuff like making them, make your first 15 seconds hook somebody. I can't do that. I'm terrible at that. And then make your, final reveal towards the last third of your video. It's really hard to do when you are talking about maybe nerdy news. How can you make somebody wait till 6 or 7 minutes in a video? You can't. So they're going to like those videos where someone is hateful throughout. They are mad throughout because what are they going to say next? Are they going to reveal something even worse this creator said? See later today. I will have a video about Catwoman. Anyways, and honestly, even if I'm typing this, I know it's a tall order because it's hard. I want to enjoy stuff casually, and it's not my job to model for edgelords how to function human being. But I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. But as a creator who has dealt with really strange messages from fans who can see where the line is, it is good to remind myself that most people are really good, well-adjusted, actually. And that's heartwarming, dang it. And I really like that. It's really nice to know when I've talked on this channel 100 times, okay, not that many, but plenty of times about toxic communities and how to change them and the hateful side of YouTube and stuff like that. Maybe they're vocal. Yeah, they're definitely vocal. But that's not everybody. That's not the majority. That's a very small, minute percentage of actual fans. And, my highlighting just did. Okay, so it came back. And this one talks about it a little bit too. This is actually more on, I think it's called the Owl House. Now, basically, it's about shippers, right? So your ship I really like this part. Your ship not being canon is not homophobia. Your ship not being canon is not inherently queer baiting. Sometimes it could be. Is it fine to be disappointed? Yes. Is it fine to ship, them have ships that aren't canon? Yes. Is it fine to have headcanons? Yes. But I would actually say the opposite with this. There's a lot of people like that vehemently disagree with me when it comes to Harley and Ivy. Unfortunately, that is canon. And that's just how it is. That they've been a couple for a very long time. I'm not sure what the issue is, but that is canon. And being toxic about something like that, not disagreeing with it, that's normal. That's okay. That's not an issue. But there are people that get really upset when I talk about that. That's canon. If you want to make your head canon, oh God, I feel so old saying that. Like, I feel like, hey, fellow kids. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. If you want to make your head canon where she's getting her ass beat all the time, you do you, boo. You do you. But that is canon. So all I'm saying is that creators, showrunners, and crew members start making a point to be less accessible again, and I completely understand their decision and 100% support it. I do too. When you have people accessible and able to ask questions like Kevin Smith, you have people attack. When you have people accessible like, oh, I forget her name, Daniela, Faye Valentine girl. You have, her posting on Instagram. People attack. People are going to pick through your history, and it's not just the left. You will see it all the time on sites like Bounding Into Comics. They look through and just search white man. They just search white man. Like, did they ever say anything bad about a white dude? What? Okay. All right. Everybody does it. Okay, not everybody. There are some really good people out there, but I'm saying that make waves on the internet. They do. They did it to James Gunn. They did it to Gina Carano. It happens all the time. You have to make yourself less accessible. And I think, unfortunately, that is where creators are at right now. Take a step back. I know it's really cool to interact with your fans, but not all those people that want to talk to you are actually fans. They're wanting to catch you up in something. They're wanting to get their 15 minutes because, oh my God, I got this person. Mad, right? Yeah, that's usually what it is. So maybe that's the best. Maybe that's going to help. Not going to help with toxic communities, but I wanted to mention this. I thought that was really well stated. I think it's time for people to take a step back and not be so accessible to these people, right? I don't know. Anyways, let me know, of course, what you guys think. If you completely disagree with me, I want to know anyways. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.